Managing economics of scale in supply chain. An introduction to you on the impact of cycle inventory. The learning objectives of this module are to understand the role of cycle inventory in a supply chain, to understand the impact of various costs on determining the optimal inventory, to understand the impact of economies of scale on cycle inventory, to understand the impact of quantity discounts and trade promotions on lot size and cycle inventory. The learning outcomes are to understand the role and impact of cycle inventory in a supply chain, to have a thorough knowledge on the various costs of inventory and its impact on cycle inventory, to have an understanding the impact of economies of scale on supply cycle inventory, understanding the impact of quantity discount and trade promotion on cycle inventory and thereby supply chain. Introduction to supply chain. The supply chain involves in moving materials from the supplier point to the customer point through the intermediaries in a cost-effective manner to satisfy the customer. In this process, we can visualize information flow, fund flow, and material flow across the supply chain in both directions. The primary objective of the supply chain is to satisfy the customer needs and generate profit. Let us look into the impact of cycle inventory and supply chain. In a supply chain, the members in the supply chain buy more than their requirement to get the benefit of economies of scale, which lowers their total cost. When such decisions are made by the members, they allow accumulating inventory for a particular cycle. The average inventory maintained by the members of the supply chain is either due to production or due to purchases in economic lot sizes that are larger than their requirement, which is known as cycle inventory. When demand is constant, cycle inventory and lot sizes are related, where cycle inventory is half of average inventory. Let us now discuss the role of cycle inventory in a supply chain. Larger the cycle inventory, longer the lag time between production of a product and its sales. Long time lags make the firm vulnerable to demand changes of the marketplace. Lower cycle inventory decreases the lag time and matches with the demand requirement of the market. It also decreases the organization's working capital requirement. Hence, it is suggested to have a reduced cycle inventory, but one has to understand the impact of the reduced lot size on the cost and the performance of the supply chain. Cycle inventory is maintained to take advantage of the economies of scale to reduce the cost across the supply chain. The various costs that influence the lot size are average price paid per unit of the product purchased, fixed cost ordering, and the holding cost. The average price paid by the purchaser is an important cost in lot size decision. When the purchase price per unit is reduced for an increased lot size, the buyer may buy more, which will affect the lot size and in turn the cycle inventory. The fixed ordering cost includes all the costs associated with ordering and receiving the material. It remains constant and do not vary with lot sizes. When lot sizes increases, fixed ordering cost per unit purchased decreases. This motivates the buyer to buy more. Holding cost is the cost of carrying inventory in stores for a specified period of time. Normally it is 1 year. The holding cost increases with increase in lot size. Holding cost is calculated as a percentage of purchase price when we use economies of scale and buy lot sizes. The lot size to be bought by the buyer is influenced by these three costs, that is purchase price per unit, ordering cost per order, and holding cost per unit per year. The role of cycle inventory is to allow the members in the supply chain to purchase products in different lot sizes that minimizes the cost of material, ordering cost and holding cost. If the manager considers the holding cost, he will reduce the lot size, resulting in decrease in cycle inventory. If he considers material and ordering cost, he will increase the lot size, resulting in increase in cycle inventory. Hence, a trade-off is expected to be made to minimize the total cost when making lot size decisions. This lot size decision influences the cycle inventory maintained across the members of the supply chain. We can understand from the discussion that cycle inventory exists in a supply chain when the members use economies of scale to lower the total cost, and it plays an important role in the performance of the supply chain. In this edition, we have discussed the role of cycle inventory in supply chain. In the next edition, we will discuss the impact of economies of scale on cycle inventory. Thank you.